Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name's Josh. Today we're talking about wheelchair Rapunzel, and I effing told it so. Okay, I did a video recently. One of the most recent videos done to her was about her possibly going to prison, and it looks like that might be a possibility even more so now. Arrest warrant much? Let's talk about it. So wheelchair Rapunzel, Alex Dacey, have been talking about it for a while. She is a wheelchair-bound influencer who has been out there doing craziness and doing zoomies around parking lots in the middle of the night and making inappropriate content, and then, getting pregnant and not being able to take care of a child. Like, it's irresponsible for Alex Dacey to have children, okay? She cannot take care of a child. Will never be able to take care of a child. She just physically cannot. It's not like she wants to and doesn't. She just literally can't. And the Noah, the dad that was in this, I've interviewed him. He is, claiming that she's been breaking laws statewide all the time, collecting things that she shouldn't be collecting from the government while making money as an influencer. For all intents and purposes, she's kind of toast now. But it's one of the most important conversations we've had about child exploitation and influencer culture because she thinks she's in a wheelchair, she can just get away with whatever she wants, and she has made content like that. She has said that she's run over people's feet and done this, and goes into bathrooms and films people coming out of a handicap stall, which is not just for handicapped people. It's just, if there is one available, the restaurants have to make it available. It doesn't mean you're not allowed to use it. Anyway, she has done some disgusting things. We've had ex-caregivers on about how she's a piece of garbage, alcoholic, and that she doesn't take care of her child. That child almost choked on confetti at her birthday, that kind of thing. It has just been insane. Okay, this story has gotten weirder and weirder and weirder. There was an influencer that went to her house that wanted to do a collab, and he was just like, this is crazy, and she was drunk, and it just she puts her kid in danger, and it just sucks. The lifestyle that she leads is not compatible with having a child, okay? But she fights for this kid because it's content for her. She said at one point she wasn't going to exploit her child anymore, and then she did it 2 days later. She always says she's going to do something, and then she does something else. Now, wheelchair Rapunzel is just not a good person. She just really isn't. And so a lot of people were getting a little bit weirded out by, like, where is she now? Because the last post that she made was of her child as a newborn, reposting content, in July 21st. And a lot of people are commenting in here, be like, these haters are so toxic, so gorgeous, and lucky to have her mom. No, she's not lucky to have this mother. This mother cannot mother. This mother can't even feed her. This mother, like, there's been bruises. This mother might have absolutely hit this kid with her wheelchair a bunch of times. She cannot physically do any mothering to this child. It is impossible. So no, she's not lucky to have her. I'm sorry. I know you're trying to be nice, but can we be real in the world right now? Like, I feel like we're not allowed to be real anymore. We're not allowed to say it how it is, and we should be able to say how it is. But then someone says, she's been charged with second-degree felony for lewd acts with a minor. She's literally a predator. And now she's going to have to be registered as a predator. Now, the world should be more up in arms about this, right? But because she's a female doing it, it's not as bad. And that's just, I feel like that's just so sad. That's so silly. You're the best mom, someone says. Are you sure? What? She left her baby for 8 months. That's why there's no pictures for a year old to 2. What? For a year old to 2. So from a year old to 2 years old is what I think they're trying to say there. Hello, I haven't seen your videos. How you doing? Your daughter has grown so much. Just beautiful. The Smiths will win this baby back. We can all celebrate. And then people are posting what we're about to see. Did you breastfeed? Drunk? Can't remember. You didn't even breastfeed, Alex. That was a photo op days after surgery, NICU admission with no pumping to create or maintain a supply. You just wanted an excuse to post this photo again for the creeps, and the photo was taken for. Now, she's, even before this arrest record that's coming out, we're going to take a look at, she was one of the most hated creators because she's just, people are just getting sick of victim mentality, and like, oh, I'm a victim, so I get these victim points, and I can say this stuff on the internet, I can do whatever I want. That the pendulum is swinging back the other way. Okay, no, it's like the victim card is being denied, and I'm glad for it. Okay, because victimhood is like, I get it. A lot of us are victims of certain things, and I understand that. But when you use that for everything and a grift and everything, it gets old real fast, and people are sick of it. So this is what happened. Has anyone seen this? This is on my real Rapunzel's wheelchair Reddit. The other one got removed, so we made a new one. And I've got mods in here too. And shout out to my mods, Jules Kitty and Lectureable. lecture unable, for taking care of this for me and doing really, really a good job at modding. You're doing a great job. There's this one crazy lady in here that keeps coming, like, just absolute bonkers. The people that this type of woman brings out. She wants these things down because she's on Alex's side, which is really weird. But anyway, here it is. State of Florida versus Alexandria. And it's a felony, second-degree felony, Central Courthouse. So she's been charged with a second-degree felony. Well, now I know she's been so quiet. So she's been quiet and back in Florida. And so if you don't know what happened, she basically had this child in her apartment building. She asked him to give her a bath, and it's totally inappropriate. A 13-year-old child, underage minor, giving this, like, she asked him to come into her house and, like, give her a bath, and the mom didn't know about it, and then the mom found out about it, and it looks like the mom is now finally pressing charges, which thank God, because Alex needs to be held accountable. You can't just do that. I don't care if you're disabled. Okay, hire caregivers. That's what your caregivers are for. And she goes through caregivers like some people go through underwear. It's crazy to me how many caregivers she goes through. And then the ones she chooses are all a bunch of trash monsters. Not all, but most of them are. Okay, the ones who speak out aren't. But there are people that are just like, they will feed her the insane amount of alcohol she wants. And so they will do the OnlyFans content. Yeah, OnlyFans. And since these charges have been kind of laid on her, she has deleted her OnlyFans. Right? She thinks that's just going to go away. But what Alex needs to remember, what everybody that posts their child on the internet needs to remember, and everybody who does anything on the internet, is that the internet is forever. Okay? So, no. It's not just going to go away because you delete it. It's not going to happen. There are so many receipts on the wheelchair Rapunzel's Reddits and all over the internet. You're not going to get away with it. And I hope she doesn't. Okay? But here's what it is. This Jules Kitty, my mod, posted this. These are the things. This is the incident report here. This was done filed on June 26, 2025. Incident from date was April 14th, 2025, from 11 p.m. to, almost midnight. No, I'm stupid. I'm so dumb. From 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Okay, I'm stupid. Military time. Stop it. So anyway, it's residence home, homeless related, no. Self, if true, yes. I don't know what that means. The officer was Joshua Gabriel. Good name. Attempted, committed, and she committed. It wasn't attempted. She committed this offense. Okay? Let me read this. I'm not going to read these things. Type of driver's license, address, blah, blah, blah. So there's that. Then she just posted every single one. We're going to read them all. So Alex Zimitowicz? I didn't even know that was her last name. I thought it was Daisy. Alex Zimitowicz. Okay, so here it is. Where is it? Sex, female, age 31, race white, ethnicity not Hispanic or Latino. That's hair color blonde. Where is it? Description. So this is redacted. I have no idea why, but whatever, it is what it is. Okay, here's page 3. Here we go. Let's read this together. Narrative by Joshua Gabriel. This was on, again, same day. I met with RP, who advised of a very unusual incident in the court on May 13th involving her son. So I met with the mom. Advised that her ex-husband, father, dropped him off around 7:30 p.m. She received a text that he was downstairs and awaited his arrival. She grew concerned when she noticed he had not come to the apartment. So, like, this kid was supposed to go home, and Alex intercepted this child on his way home from being with his dad, a 13-year-old. And the mom was worried. This is crazy. She looked at his location and saw it was still in the building. Sent a few texts before she went down to look for her son. Finally received a text from her son stating he was helping a disabled person enter their apartment, later identified as Alexandra Zimitowicz. She was relieved that he was okay. When she asked when he was coming home, she did not respond. When she asked when he was coming home, he did not respond and began to call. She did not respond, did not call, but got a message saying that he was still at apartment 308 helping Alex. Became frustrated and went downstairs to see what was going on. And when she was knocking at the door, someone opened it, and they went home. The child opened it and went home. It was until later that child told his mother that what he had to do, which upset her and notified the authorities. Child told her that Alex asked if he could help her take a bath. So she asked the child if he could help her take a bath, which he obliged and helped her undress and enter the tub. He then waited until she was done and helped her out of the tub. He then had to make her bed and help clothe her. This is a 13-year-old child that's not a caregiver. Like, she must have been hammered. When mom heard this, she became upset as she mentioned what type of person would ask a minor to help them take a bath. I then spoke with Alex. It should be noted that he spoke with the child. It should be noted that he was alone, and his mother was not within earshot of the conversation. He explained he got home around 7:30 p.m. and made his way to the elevator. While there, Alex also entered the elevator. She began making small talk, asking what the Florida public school system was like and how old he was. He replied he was, she asked how old he was. She found out how old he was, and then asked if he was able to assist her with getting into her apartment. There's some predatory stuff going on here. Like, it's not just innocent people just saying she just needed help. No, there was something going on here. Child agreed and helped. While inside, Child asked if that was all, and Alex asked if he could assist her in taking a bath. Oh my gosh. The boy found that request to be rather unusual, but asked himself, what would Jesus do? With minor hesitation, he helped undress Alex and helped her into the tub. While there, he advised that he did not look as it would be disrespectful, but Alex made another unusual request, and as she asked if he could get her a beer. Confused by the request, as he told her that he was 13, he advised that he didn't want to make it seem that he was not being helpful, so he went down to the Velvet and asked, and they obviously did not give him the alcohol. Oh, go get him a beer downstairs, at the restaurant downstairs. When he went back up, he then helped her out of the tub and then proceeded to help her dress for bed, make her bed, and put on a mask that assisted with her sleeping. At which point, his mother was knocking on the door demanding that he got back home, and the woman should be ashamed as he asked a minor to do those things. Yeah, agreed. Damn, man. Can you let's go get me a beer as a 13-year-old? I then spoke to Alex, who advised that she did not mean any harm to the child or his mother. Alex stated that she has a lot of issues obtaining a state nurse who works around the clock. She never gets state nurses. She doesn't do that, so she's lying to the police. She hires people that will do her OnlyFans content and feed her alcohol. She doesn't get state nurses. That's a lie. She advised that her roommate is usually there to help, and her roommate is the caregiver, so she's lying to the cop about her roommate being the caregiver. That's who the caregiver is. So she's lying to the police. Wow. With her roommate's new engagement, she's almost never home. Alex stated that she saw this opportunity to have someone help her get to bed, so she took a chance by asking for help. Alex advised that Child was nice and helpful, and that she was intoxicated at the time, and she stated she came from Wharf. The Wharf, I think, is a restaurant. She mentioned that her judgment should have been a lot better, but she just needed someone to assist her getting to bed. No, take a bath. She's, again, she's overlooking that whole part. When questioned about the purchase of the beer, Alex stated that she asked if the child could use the Uber app to order beer for her, and specifically her, but when the delivery arrived, it was ginger beer. So she lied about that because he said he went down to the restaurant. This is weird. Due to the nature of the incident, the SVU detective was notified regarding the matter. Both Alex and the child advised that nothing happened. Child advised that he helped out in good faith as he saw what she was just disabled. There was no indication of prior messages between the two involved. The officer browsed through the phone history and did sign on behalf of her son regarding Marzi Law for form and victim affidavit with pursuing prosecution pending investigation. Photos that were obtained were uploaded to Axon via community all documents, but no further incident. Okay. Holy, there's a bunch of lies in there. That's crazy. All right. I was assigned this case in reference to follow-up investigation during my investigation. I reviewed the original incident report, blah, blah, blah. Upon his arrival, he met with the reportee who stated that the day prior, her son was 13-year-old at the time, was dropped off by his father approximately 7:30 after some time had passed. She concerned because he had not arrived at the apartment, looked at her son's location, saw he was in the building, so she began texting him. Same story. Went downstairs, knocked on the door, answered the door, and then he went home. Later, he told his mother what actually occurred, and she contacted the police. That's a good mother right there. She found out what happened, instantly called the police, and she should have, and that's awesome. I told her the child, Alex, asked to take a bath. This included him helping get undressed and enter the tub. He then waited until she was done, helped her to the bathtub, and he told his mother he then made her bed and helped clothe her, expressed that she was upset an adult would ask the child to do this. And this is a good kid, right? He's just trying to be a nice kid, but Alex is literally a predator. The officer spoke with the unseen, who stated that he arrived home approximately 7:30, went to the elevator. Okay, same story. While inside the apartment, he asked if that was all, and Alex asked if he could assist her in taking a bath, blah, blah. Yeah, same thing. Here it is. Then stated that Alex asked him to get her a beer, although he was confused by the request because he had told her he was 13, didn't want to seem like he wasn't being helpful. So he went down to a restaurant and tried to purchase the alcohol for Alex. The restaurant declined to sell him the alcohol and then on Alex's behalf. He returned to the apartment and helped Alex get into the bath. Same thing. While unseen, Officer Gabriel made contact with Alex. She told officers she did not mean any harm. Same thing. Same thing. Detective Page met with child who is now 14 years old. While speaking with child, he was able to determine the difference between truth and a lie and promised to tell me the truth. He described he is in advanced placement classes and appeared to be very educated for his age. After being qualified, he explained that on the date of the incident, he had just arrived home and entered the elevator in the building. While in the elevator, a lady in a wheelchair also entered the elevator with him, stated that her apartment was on the 3rd floor and he was on the 20th floor. While in the elevator, a lady asked him how old he was and informed her he was 13. She then commented to him that he looked like he could pick something up. which he chuckled. He added that he was trying to be polite but not engage in conversation. When the elevator opened, she asked him if she could help her with something. He stated he had an internal dialogue, thought person's wheelchair. He told sure. He thought she could help carrying a case of water or something. He didn't pick up on her meaning of what she said there. Followed her to the apartment. She went inside. He stood outside and asked her if she needed help inside. She then responded, yeah, and they went to the apartment. She led him to the kitchen island, asked him to help her put her ID card and her phone on the kitchen island. Those items were in her lap, so he complied and then asked her if that was all. He looked to become uncomfortable during the interview and then proceeded to describe to Alex, then asked him to put her in the bathtub right for $20, right? Oh. He described that he wanted money to buy something but didn't think himself he would need to be naked, so he agreed. She didn't think that she would need to be naked, so he agreed. She paid him $20 to do this. That's crazy. Prior to putting her in the bathtub, she asked to go to phone to buy her beer, so he went on the Uber Eats app and ordered her beer. She told him specifically to buy Michelob Ultra beer, but he couldn't find it and just picked the first one he saw. After approximately 15 minutes, she decided it was taking too long and asked her to help take a bath. She asked him to help her take her clothes off. He explained he thought to himself, oh, I mean, it makes sense, I guess, but I didn't know it would have to do that. I asked if he took her clothes off or if she took her own clothes off. He stated she couldn't take her own clothes off because she was crippled. He added that he was trying to be mature and just get it done, described that he took a long shirt off Alexandria, almost like a dress that was covering her whole body. He added that she did not have any other piece of clothing. Oh my God. This poor kid. It's not funny. And I'm not laughing at this, but this is why predators should register. This could change this kid's life forever. She was not wearing clothing, no underwear or bra. After he took off the long shirt off, I asked what he could see, and he responded her chest, which he clarified to mean her boobs. He stated that he couldn't see any other parts of her body. However, she was in fact completely naked and exposed. Child described that Alex instructed him to grab her under her legs and behind her back like a baby and place her in the bath. He thought that he would be able to leave her after that, but Alex asked him to go downstairs to the taco place that was attached to their building and get the beer. He later stated it was called Red Velvet. He explained that he knew they wouldn't sell alcohol to him, but he didn't want to go outside of the apartment and come back inside and lie that he tried. So he went downstairs and attempted to buy beer. They obviously didn't sell him beer, so he returned to the apartment. She's drunk and she wants more booze, and she's paying a 13-year-old to bathe her and get her undressed. She should be in prison. I don't care. When Boy went back to the apartment, he asked Alex if she needed him to take her out of the bathtub. She said yes, so began asking her when she would be done. During this time, Alex tracked her Uber Eats beer order to see when it would be delivered. I asked if he assisted Alex in bathing herself, such as washing her, and he responded no. He added that she kept asking him to make the water hotter. After she was done with the bath, placed a towel in the wheelchair and then picked her up out of the bathtub in the same manner and put her in, placed her back in the wheelchair. He gave her another towel to put herself to cover up since she was naked, but she did not use the towel and remain naked too. She did not use the towel and remain naked and exposed to the child. Wow. When Uber Eats beer finally arrived, collected it and gave it to Alex, she asked him to put it in a cup for her and put the rest in the fridge. This is crazy that kids can just pick up beer at the door. That seems weird. So put in a cup, put the rest in the fridge, which he did. Afterwards, Alex asked the child to put her in her bed, but he needed to change her. She's just drinking beer in bed. But he needed to change her sheets because she had previously peed the bed. So he put new sheets on the bed and then placed her on top. Why did she wear a diaper? At this time, Alex was still naked, put a blanket on her as well as a CPAP breathing machine and a pillow. Boy stated his mom continually calling him, so he finally told her where he was. His mom came to the apartment and told Alex that he's not allowed to be anywhere without telling where he was, and his mother then returned their home. During this interview, he described the woman told him she was in her 30s and her name was Alex, and he had never met her before, didn't know who she was prior to the incident. When asked if he could tell why she was in a wheelchair, he described her arms and legs were really small and her arms were crippled, which he demonstrated by putting towards his body in a bent manner. Reiterated that Alex was naked during the incident and never attempted to get dressed. At no point did she ask him to provide her with clothing or redress herself and asked him to help get dressed. That's so creepy. Imagine, just reverse the roles. There was no getting dressed. She wanted to be naked around this 13-year-old boy. She is a predator. At the end of our interview, I asked if he knew what Alex did for a living. He stated that she learned that she does OnlyFans because his mother told him. Stated his father began searching Alex after learning about the incident and found out the OnlyFans account. Stated that building personnel provided his mother with Alex's name. Stated he did not know about the OnlyFans prior to the incident and has not seen the account today, and that's why she's deleting her OnlyFans. He denied Alex ever touching him inappropriately, but she got him to touch her inappropriately. So in my opinion, that's without consent. That's the same thing. At the conclusion of the interview, The boy stated he believed Alex was really wrong because she took advantage of his sympathy, and he added that he could have asked anyone in the building. She could have asked anyone in the building, but it had to be a 13-year-old. When asked what he thought should be done about the situation, he stated that he thought she should be kicked out of the building and has to stay away like 6 feet from kids maybe. As a sweet kid, he claimed he didn't know how old he really was. Alex stated that helped her go in bed, and she offered to pay him but never got contact information. She recalled boy's mother calling a lot and freaking out. She told to tell his mother her apartment number so she could see that he was helping her get in bed. Alex stated that she was already in bed by the time his mother came, but she was angry and said he was only 13 years old. Alex told the boy's mother that only put her in bed that he was super sweet and helpful. So she lied to the mother. Alex described herself as a single disabled mom and that she just needed someone to help her. She asked Officer Gable if she was in trouble and added the incident was a caregiving type situation. Now it was predator. A short time later, Officer Gabriel and Detective Campbell returned to Alex's department and spoke with her again. Detective Campbell asked Alex to explain what happened once more. She detailed when she was coming into the building, she saw the kid and asked him to help her. She stated that he helped out a bit because she doesn't have around-the-clock assistance and she makes too much money to qualify for state assistance. Officers asked if the child helped her into the bathtub, which Alex responded, yeah. Detective Campbell asked her why she didn't mention that earlier, and Alex responded, I don't know, just like weird. I didn't want to get in trouble because I thought that he was 13, you know what I mean? So I'm like, that's what she said. Detective Campbell then asked if she found out how old he was and claimed she didn't know his age until his mother told her. Detective Campbell asked Alex if she asked his age in the elevator, to which she responded, I was a bit drunk, I don't remember, I'm not really sure. She's a predator. She confirmed that she asked him about this school before, and his mother came to her apartment, which prompted Detective Campbell to reiterate, you knew he was school-aged. Alex responded, I knew he was like, yeah, like high school, yeah. Alex also confirmed that she asked to order her beer through her Uber Eats app, but stated it was ginger beer when it arrived. No, it was beer. Alex began asking if she was in trouble. The officers asked her how she would feel if it was her daughter instead of him, and she acknowledged that it was inappropriate. During my investigation, I attempted to locate video surveillance from the building. However, I was informed that only video cameras relevant to this case were in the actual lobby, where Alex did not have contact. The building manager also informed me that the video was expired and no longer available. He assured me that there are no cameras in the elevator or the residential floors, therefore there are no cameras that would capture me when, I mean, that's crazy. The building should have that stuff. I reviewed the images uploaded to evidence.com from mother. 3 of the images depicted Alex in her wheelchair. 1 of them were in a hallway where she was dressed. However, the other 2 showed her nude with her breasts exposed. Another photo was uploaded of an OnlyFans profile with the handle Wheelchair Rapunzel and the associated name Alex Dacey. The profile had a description exclusive disabled body content collabs. Artistic. Shots of lingerie, more content, TikTok, IG removed, as well as another linked profile, Wheelchair Rapunzel VIP, with a description for her laughy stuff. Finally, there was another photo uploaded from what appears to be Facebook of the Alex sitting between the legs of an unknown small in stature male, while appearing to be massaged on the shoulders. In this photo, Alex is wearing a lingerie bra. This time, all available evidence is uploaded, so there you go, everybody. Is there more? That's basically it. And this is the, I think this is the arrest warrant. So in the circuit court and for Broward County, Florida, Judge Frank Lee, to all, in singular, the sheriffs of Florida, greetings. You are commanded to take Alexandria Zimidibits. If the person be found in your county, arrest and safely keep so that you may have that person's body before the judge of our said court instanter to answer to the charge filed by the state attorney of Broward County. No bond. And I think she was arrested. I think that's why she's not been on the internet for forever. When did she leave Florida? According to the court doc, if the police saw her, they were to arrest her immediately and hold her without bond. This means that she literally fled Florida with her baby in tow because there was a warrant out for her arrest. This explains why she left without her clothes and all of her things. Wow. And then grifted money with a fake DV story. She's cooked. Hope people request a refund for fraud. Oh yeah, remember she doing the DV story about Noah? That's crazy. Now, we also know the fuel to the fire while she filed a DV claim on Noah. Noah, hope you see this. Gonna look horrible in her custody case. Clearly can't even take care of herself. Now will be taking care of a kid. No, I think Noah and his family are gonna get custody of this child, and I hope so. I hope his parents do. The last doc looks like she was released on recognizance. One of those documents states that her attorney negotiated she would hand herself to Florida and pay a $5,000 bond. Guess that GoFundMe money came in handy. If only Oliver Stans realized they gave money to pay her bond for being a pedo. This is getting crazy. So she did the GoFundMe because she was claiming that Noah DV'd her, right? When she was the one doing it, like they were, if anything, they were both kind of toxic to each other. And so she used that money to pay her bond to get out of this. Oh my gosh. Holy. I don't think there's enough of the GoFundMe left to pay her attorney. Maybe the dimwits are taking out a second mortgage on her house. Happy retirement. That's got to be a violation of GoFundMe's terms. Yes. Pretty sure it is. You can't raise money for certain criminal defense. Yes, it is against terms of service to use GoFundMe towards anything other than the stated purpose. So, but it's already gone. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Replying to Maud, oh my God, that explains everything. This effing absolute disgusting pig PDF. I'm the mom of a 14-year-old boy. I'm so glad they charged her. She's got years of deviant behavior documented, including posting naked pics of her and her child. I can only believe they saw all this, and of all while investigating this charge, she disgusts me. Thank you for posting all this information. People need to see it. I agree. Thank you. This is insanity. How does she afford such a reputable attorney? If she has no money and needs GoFundMe, how in the world can she afford him from the GoFundMe? Do these actually have typos? This one says, it's Florida. It's kind of funny, actually. These are state employees, not English majors. Effing hilarious. No bond. How ableist. No bond. They gave no bond before her first appearance so they can formally read her charges and get her plea. It starts the court case process. Her lawyer worked it out to drop the warrant pending she shows up to a court date, her most recent trip to Florida, and pays a $5,000 bond. There's a post of her on a plane on Insta June 22 saying, the other day I flew home to Chicago with Ari. Alex was charged with second-degree felony, lewd, lascivious conduct regarding the incident with the 13-year-old boy. If you guys are wondering about the charges, there they are. The second-degree felony, I had previously stated I did not think anything would come of this, and I'm so happy to be wrong. I love this for her. Edit to add, the poor 13-year-old boy, obviously, this should never have happened, but, I mean, in the end, he was just being a good kid, and the fact that he did that and realized it was wrong, it's going to stick with him, but thank God it didn't go farther than that. And it sounded like that's what she was looking to happen. That she didn't do anything wrong, or she would have been charged, stands are hopefully going to have a really tough time justifying this one now. There you go. Oh, happy day. Think what happened, but I'm thrilled to be wrong. Yay for justice. I mean, justice hasn't been dealt out yet. She might get in front of the judge and be like, I'm in a wheelchair. Do they have prisons where wheelchair people can go? Do they get like electric wheelchairs in them? I hope not. If the charge sticks, a second-degree felony in Florida is punishable up to 15 years in prison and a fine up to $10,000, plus possible restitution to the victim and up to 15 years probation. Let's hope they throw the book at her. Plus, she will have to register as a sex offender for the rest of her life. Good. This is what I hope happens at the very least. So will she be required to wear pants? I wish I could say I was joking about this question, but generally bottoms are required in public for all adults. If an RSO with no pants, no automatic violation, more importantly, what facility would be able to house her? That's what I'm curious about. There's an individual from another sub who was recently sentenced, released, and then had to turn themselves in. Their needs are very different from Alex's. I've been in jail, and I've seen girls in wheelchairs before. I know there's hospital units with prisons. She should be held accountable. Costs way more though to house her, I'll guarantee you that, because the care that she needs isn't just a prison guard. It's going to be like, you know, at least she's going to get 24-hour care in prison. She's looking for it. Now she's going to get it. I'm absolutely in favor of being held accountable. I can't imagine any states have accessibility figured out in the jails and prisons, but I assume FL's solution is among the worst. Wait, I'm new here. What's the incident with the 13-year-old boy? Just read it. On about the day, blah, 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 being 18 years of age or older, did solicit a person under 16 years of age to commit a lewd or lascivious act, to wit, did tell to undress her, and did encourage the boy to place her while naked in her bathtub, wait while she bathed, and then requested to take her out of the bathtub. So the reason she was in Florida and so quiet is because she's forced to surrender herself at her arraignment on August 8th. Okay, there you go. There's about 25 of them. Google Broward County Clerk, then search under the case number. You can view them all. She claims she didn't know how old he really was, and then they make sure to point out multiple times she asked him how old he was, and she made him change her pee sheets on top of all that. Poor child. And had to get near the tuna towel, which is, no, man, no. Anyone 13 obviously looks like a child. She also offered him $20, and that's got to be coming into the charges. Like, she's paying him to do that. She really told him she lied because she was afraid she's going to get in trouble, then blamed it all on being drunk. She's a disgusting human being. Is it just me, or does this make this comment from a week ago even more disgusting? It was on IG regarding the post about her being in Florida, going back to handle an effing pedo charge, and she's clapping for herself being an adult. Girl, what did you do now? Handle adult business. Ew, she's gross. After it looks like she literally fled Florida, then they put her under arrest warrant for her. Yeah, she's atrocious. The affidavit also mentions her OnlyFans. Now we know why she really took it down. I found the link. Here's the court search. Hey, look who it is. It's Brenda D. Foreman. How you doing, Brenda? Clerk of the courts. I like that she gets her own little picture there, her own little like, what's up? I'm the clerk. Hey, clerk. America's so weird like that. I don't know what. Are you supposed to click these things? Is there like something in here? Gender female, blonde strawberry. What is all this? Here's lewd lascivious act, date, parent. I can't click anything. Charge felony, second degree. Here's another one. Here's the warrant. Written plea, not guilty. I'm gonna with that one there. Looks like she had a court date today, which was yesterday, 2 days ago when you're watching this video. It has an 11-page probability cause affidavit is all the way at the bottom in public. I'm reading the affidavit right now, and wow, just how do I read the affidavit? Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. File state, not in custody, probable cause. Here's the affidavit. 11-page affidavit. Oh, this is what we already read. I feel like I'm reading a trashy tabloid when looking at these documents. Read the docs. She's effed. My jaw's on the floor. She's really effed. I wonder if she'll have to register as a sex offender. She will if she's convicted, for sure. I want to tell you about the situation that happened. The police here were at my house today, and I almost got arrested because I did not have a caregiver last night. So I ended up asking this kid on the elevator if he could help me. He's 13 years old, apparently, and he did help me take a bath and get into bed. And apparently his mom found out it wasn't home and found out that he helped me, and she was super pissed. So she called the police on me. I remember that. We read this whole thing. FY, if you are now in need of a refresher, the above text from WR to now former caregiver Jamie, they're all from Monday, April 14th. Jamie was WR's caregiver at the time this incident happened, and Jamie was the one that let the other sub know about this little bit of tea. Yeah, guess we know now her GoFundMe money was to lawyers. I feel so bad for this kid. It's all over the internet too. Like, it's over for her. I think she's done, at least on the internet for sure. I think Ari's gonna get taken away from her for this. It's getting gangbusters everywhere. TikTok gossip. There's more court documents online, other interviews with the child and his mother, including discussion. Holy shit, what the people are going crazy over this. I feel like maybe she was with Noah also, because if you look at Noah, he looks like a teenager. He looks like a very young person. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think Alex is a predator, and she wants to be seen here. If I were to pass my genetic Ds to my child, I'll love that child with my entire being. That's all that matters. So anyway, if you go back to her TikTok over here, like, people are obviously going crazy and talking about it, because that's what you get when you're on the internet. You do not get privacy anymore, and you shouldn't, especially if you're a predator. Mom to mom, I think you're amazing. Do you think she's amazing now? Yeah. And I can't find love, someone writes. Oh my gosh. Anyway, there is the story of wheelchair Rapunzel in a nutshell. So I think two things are going to happen here. I don't think she's going to get charged. I hope she does, but I don't think it's going to happen. And if she does, I hope she goes to prison. I hope she faces a really, really serious thing. But I think she's done on the internet. I think she's toast. She hasn't posted since last month. I think it's over for her either way, and now she's gonna need that state care because she's gonna have no money, and that's what she's gonna be. So I hope that she's held accountable. I hope the mother really pushes for this. I hope that the prosecutor gets what he's looking for. I hope that GoFundMe returns the money to the people that donated to that cause that was for the wrong cause, because that's a lie. Don't forget that Alex also commits fraud to the government for taking money from a different state, claiming different. Noah said it on my show. Go watch that show, my interview with Noah. He's like, she's been breaking the law all over the damn country. This woman is going to end up in prison for the rest of her life, I think. She is so bad, and I think she is a predator. If you look at her past and everything else, and then with this 13-year-old kid and paying him $20 and the beer and everything else, drunk is never an excuse to be a predator. Never. It doesn't work for anybody, and it shouldn't. Okay? But I feel like it's not going as gangbusters as it should, because one, she's in a wheelchair, and two, she's a female. And that's not fair. She needs to be held accountable to the highest standards of the law. She needs to be registered as a sex offender, and she needs to spend time in prison. Okay? And Ari needs to get out of her care and go to people that will be able to take care of her. That's, in a nutshell, that's everything. We've been talking about wheelchair Rapunzel. My gut told me from the very beginning this is who she is. And I'm rarely wrong. And today, I was proved right, and so were you. And you're amazing. Everybody take a deep breath with me. Thanks for being here. You're amazing. This is a crazy story. But I hope you have an amazing day. You're incredible and valuable. Don't forget it. You look good in those jeans, and I'll see you when I see you.